you cut hair for a living, right? That's what you do. So if somebody said, hey, if they called you on the phone and said, man, I got that wool texture, you think you can handle that? You automatically know what that person look like. 9 times out of 10. It's a black man, right? It's probably this is a Negro or a so-called African.
What book is he reading out of?
This read tell him.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 1.
No, that's the Bible, right?
Yes, sir.
What version? I know it's many versions.
King James version.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
They thought I was done, I'm not. I'm back on the block, ain't talking about slinging no rock. Knock off the Giants with scripture, I don't need a weapon. Somehow they still say I'm like pop. I tell them pull up, the show didn't stop. This spot is good enough to teach it.
Whatever our master taught us is what we grew up learning, being how we ate, how we dressed, and most importantly, what we believed in. You know what I'm saying? What we believed in as a people. So in today's time, we see all over, we see white images of Jesus, right? Now, can I ask any of y'all, is that true? You think that's true?
No, not for me.
Not for you? What you think?
I don't believe in none of that white slave master, Jesus Christ, none of that. I don't believe in none of that. So, yeah, they can miss me with all that.
That's good. That's good.
Came to the right time for me.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's fine, man. It's fine. Look, shoot, we do this. So, look, and that's what I want to show first and foremost is that this ain't nothing like that. This ain't no white supremacy. This is all about the upliftment of God's people. All right, and God's people are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that He calls the Israelites. All right, so let's read this right quick. Revelation 1.
This is the book of Revelation.
You can read verse 1.
Chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So it's crazy that God had to write this, that He had to say, this is the revelation of my son, Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? But it's showing that in the last days, after God's people were taken out of the land, after they remembrance of who they are was lost, that He would have to remind us and reveal who His son is in these last times. All right, so that's what this is about. Now read verse 11.
Verse 11. Saying, I am Alpha and Omega.
Read a little louder.
The first and the last.
Start again and read a little louder.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 11. Saying, I am Alpha and Omega.
So Alpha and Omega, we know that's the beginning and the end. We know this is talking about Christ. Come on.
The first and the last.
The first creation of God and the last. Come on.
And what thou seest.
And what you see. So the prophet that's writing this book, John the Revelator, he said, what you are seeing with your eyes,
write in a book.
I want you to write it in a book. Go ahead. So this is an eyewitness account of Christ talking to a black man. All right. I'm gonna show y'all that in a little bit, but go ahead.
And sending it unto the 7 churches.
Jump down to 14.
Verse 14.
Come on.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So first and foremost, he said his head and his hairs were white in color and woolly in texture. My man David, you cut hair for a living, right? That's what you do. So if somebody said, hey, if they called you on the phone and said, man, I got that wool texture, you think you can handle that? You automatically know what that person look like. 9 times out of 10. It's a black man, right? It's probably this is a Negro or a so-called African.
What book is he reading out of?
This read tell him.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 1.
No, that's the Bible, right?
Yes, sir.
What version? I know it's many versions.
King James version.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we stay true.
Well, they try to tell me that's the real version. I don't know. I just know it's a bunch of versions.
Yes.
And you know, some of the people I rock with, they kind of question that.
Yes.
They question the whole Jesus Christ story.
Yes.
Right? They believe Muhammad was a prophet. They believe Jesus Christ was a prophet. He wasn't God.
Right. Okay. All right, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So, right here, it's saying that Christ, first and foremost, is a lot different from what society told us. It said at first he had woolly textured hair. That hair, like David said, is found only on black people. That hair is with us. My man sitting in the chair got a perfect afro right now for this occasion to bring out the example. Go ahead, read it again.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
Go ahead.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his eyes were not blue; they weren't green like you see in them 10 Commandments movie. Or they got every year it seemed like a new damn Jesus movie coming out. Yeah. And they portraying him. They had the Passion of Christ. We all went and saw that and cried. You know what I'm saying? He on the front with the blue eyes. They got a new one coming out, The Chosen. You know what I'm saying? And it's showing that this society, this white man, is pushing exact opposite of what the Bible actually says. It's showing you that he has the spirit of Antichrist. Because that's what the Antichrist would do. Would be deny what the literature said, what the text said. The text is where the truth is. And the text said his eyes were red because he drank wine in moderation, the whites of his eyes. Go ahead.
and his feet like unto fine brass.
And his feet were brass colored. Brass, is brass similar to what we saw in Passion of Christ?
Nope.
Not at all, right? If somebody said, hey, we need an actor and we need to cast them brass colored, who you gonna go get? You gonna go get Mel Gibson?
Nope.
You gonna get what's the dude that played Deadpool? What's his name? Ryan Reynolds?
Reynolds, yeah.
You gonna go get Ryan Reynolds?
Nope.
Or you gonna get Morgan Freeman? You gonna go get somebody that look like, you know what I'm saying, Samuel L. Jackson, Wesley Snipes. You know what I'm saying? Somebody black. Something black, right?
I'm gonna go get Farrakhan.
Somebody brass colored. All right, come on.
As if they burned in a furnace.
And now, if you took somebody like Farrakhan and burned, and he left him out in the sun, what color he gonna come out?
Looking like
Black,
Yeah.
like this
Yeah.
brother black. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
Black and me black. So it's showing you that Christ is a black, very dark-skinned man. So in today's time, he'd be called a so-called African American, right? But what was Christ's nationality? Y'all, what was Christ's nationality? He's from Nazareth. He's from Nazareth. So what they call the people from Nazareth? Hebrews. What's another word? Go ahead and get that. Yep, 7:14. We'll get it for you. We'll get it for you. That's why we're here. We want to make this as easy to digest as possible. Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 7, and verse 14.
So what we already described was what color man? What color was it? A black man, right? But what was his nationality?
Melanated.
A melanated man. All right, come on. But what was his nationality? Read it.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 7, and verse 14.
Yep.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
So he came from Judah. So Judah was one of the 12 tribes. When Jacob had 12 sons, Judah was that son, all right, that Christ descended from. Now, this is the kicker. If Christ was described as a dark-skinned man and his nationality is Judah, what does that make us?
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Off rip. Or does that make anything that society has pushed in terms of chosen people? Because right now you got the Jewish man, so-called Jewish, right? He's over there. Did he sound like anything that was described right there? Not at all. So Christ is the poster child or the poster man of what a Jew is, and it described him as wool textured hair, skin like ours. That shows that there's something going on in the world today. There's some lies going on in the world today. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 14 again. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah,
Go ahead.
of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
All right, so there. It shows that again. If Christ, like they say, the face of the Lakers is who? LeBron, right? And they say the face of the league. They'll say that, right? So Christ will be the face of the Israelites. And he was described as a dark-skinned man with wool textured hair. All right. So now what does his people look like? What does his mom look like? What does daddy look like? You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring this into question. All right. Also, you want to say that? No, you good. Okay. So again, that's showing you that, you know, it has to be a dark-skinned race of people. But how is it today that they become white? How is it today that we walk around calling ourselves African Americans? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28.
I think that was a term Jesse Jackson made up in the 80s.
All praise. Yes, sir. You on point. You on point. And before that, what was we called?
I think they called us Negroes, whatever they wanted to call us.
Exactly. Spook, Negro, Afro-Americans. We was a hairstyle and a continent. We was all type of things. So it's showing you that.
They call us monkeys.
You see? And it was just whatever they wanted to label us, that's what it was. But again, what did God call us? Let's find out. Deuteronomy 28:15. And why is it that we got to be reminded of who we are? Let's read it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 15.
Go ahead.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So in the future times, Moses is speaking to his people, said, if we don't listen to our God to do what?
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
So this is the kicker. Everything was centered around God's chosen people keeping his law. And notice that it said, read it again. Keeping his what?
Do all of his commandments and statutes, which I command thee this day.
He said commandments and statutes. That was the agreement that we made with God. That we would keep his commandments and statutes. Come on. But if we didn't.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So it said curses will come on us and overtake us. So let me ask y'all something. Y'all ever heard of generational curses?
Generational curses?
Generational curses? You ever heard black people say that?
Yeah.
Like, man, we just seen, explain generational curses. What does that look like?
it's stuff that our people pass down and we keep passing down to the next generation. Like this lie about what do you say? It's in our genetics to be fat or to have bad diet or bad health. To me, it's a bad diet.
Right. What about
Just because your parents fat, I mean, you have to be fat.
True.
If you are vegan, you won't be fat. If you get in shape, you won't be fat. But if you keep eating the neck bones and the oxtails and the pig feet and all that slop, yeah, you're gonna have diabetes.
Exactly.
That's generational.
Exactly.
Cut it out.
What you
They
got?
say we got big lips, big nose, nappy hair, you know what I mean? That's what they were saying back in the day about us. And they still say that about us
Yes.
today.
And they say that's undesirable, or we should try to look more European, not knowing that we were made in the image of God.
They trying to look like us. They want to get lipo.
And what
They
else?
want big lips and big this, and they trying to look like us.
You see what I'm saying? The Kardashians,
They go get tanned.
BBLs.
I love my big lips and big nose.
Exactly, and that's how you should
It's
be.
my African features.
Yes,
I
sir.
love it.
Now, what about black wealth? What about black wealth? Because it said we would be cursed, right? And I said generational curses. What do y'all think about black wealth? Is that something that seems to be cursed as well?
We don't have it
Why not?
because we don't support our own. But then there's a lot of stuff that happened. Like if we would have got our 40 acres in the mule after slavery, would have been able to make our own and produce our own. And when we do, they burn it down like Tulsa,
Thank you.
Rosewood.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly.
but we don't stick together either, right?
That's true. That's very
Because as a
true.
barber, they don't want to pay me what I want to charge, but they go get the Jordans, they go get that weed,
Come on,
they pay $300 for them jeans,
come on. Exactly.
and they don't have a problem with paying that man.
Hey, that's one point. And that was like a low-key plug, but it's all good. But anyway, so Moses said his people will be cursed. It is facts. It's true. You know what I'm saying? It's the harsh reality of the black culture. You know what
What's
I'm
the word
saying?
you use all the time, Jalen? Self-hate?
So hey,
Yes, yes. Damn, it was a quote I heard. You don't need facts when, dang, I forgot how it goes, but it says something about you don't necessarily need facts when reality is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Our reality as so-called blacks here in America, it ain't been nothing good. You know what I'm saying? We've been on the bottom. Get that in verse 43.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 43.
So now we talking about the curses, right? The curses of what will happen to God's people. Go ahead.
The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high.
So God said strangers will get above us very high. So at that time, the strangers was every other nation outside of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So the Lord said, if y'all don't keep my commandments, they're going to get above you very high. Come on.
And thou shalt come down very low.
And we will come down very low. We will be on the bottom, the ghettos, the slums, the projects. Everywhere that the undesirables is at, that's where we are. You know what I'm saying? Doing what? Selling drugs, prostitution, single-parent households, alcoholism, abuse, gang violence, all this going on amongst us. Go ahead.
And he shall lend to thee.
He shall lend to thee. So when you want a business, you got to go get a business loan. And guess who you going to? You don't go to somebody that look like you. You go to somebody that don't look like you. Showing that this curse is relevant to our lives to this day. Go ahead.
And thou shalt not lend to him.
And we ain't going to lend to him. You don't see us. They don't come to us for money. Payday loans, who we go to? Title loans, who we go to?
Ahmad.
You see what I'm saying? Them. He said strange nations.
Is there somewhere in the U.S. do we even have a black bank anywhere?
Sure, I think.
We have two.
Yeah.
Where?
There's a couple.
You know where?
I know one's in Atlanta, and so there's another one. I forgot where else it's at. But, yeah,
But think
so-
about that. In 400 years, we got 2 black banks. In 400 years.
That Big Mike, with that black
Is
bank.
that Killer Mike?
Killer Mike.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? 400 years, 2 banks. That don't make no sense. But let's get more into it. Let's get more descriptive as to us. Verse 48.
Verse 48.
Yeah.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So we have to serve our enemies. And that's the reality of our lives. We go to work for them. We have to go and rely on them for everything that's going to be mentioned. Go ahead and read it.
which the Lord shall send against thee.
And God sent them against us because of our disobedience. Because we don't want to keep his laws. You know what I'm saying? Which we'll get into. We'll go ahead.
In hunger.
And hunger, we got to go to them. So your chicken that we love so much, your clean food. If you want to get vegan food, where you got to go? Sprouts. I don't know the stores up here.
Audi, Ivy,
Whole Foods.
Foods.
And who own all these places?
The colonizers.
The colonizers, so-called white man. Go ahead.
And in hunger and in thirst.
And in thirst, your water. I see brothers got Essentia over there. You got some, what's this, Ice Mountain over here. You got water, right? But is that being bottled and collected by your people? Or do you got to go to them and hope that they don't put fluoride and hope they don't put chemicals in it and taint the water like they doing in Flint, Michigan. It's out of our hands. The Lord said you're going to go to your enemies for everything. Go ahead.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness, the clothes on your back, like you was saying. We gonna pay that $300 for them designer jeans. We gonna pay that whatever, and it say Levi's. Hell, the Levi's symbol is the pants being pulled in half, and they saying the pants are stronger than a slave because that's what they did to us back in the days. That's where they got the image for that. The same thing with Timberland, the boot, the tree that's on there. That's the tree that they used to hang slaves off of. This is what they do. This is how they commercialize our oppression and our slavery. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And in want of all things.
It said, and in one of all things, meaning your birth certificate, your death certificate, your education, your barber license. Right. You had to go to them in one of all things. And like we said earlier, your religion. Right. The religion that you know, what your grandma knows, what your people was brought up on. They taught you that.
What is the nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong.